Guys, how's it going? Nice frosty morning here. It's like 15 degrees out. Finally got some cold weather. Fired up the turbo 8N. Moved a little firewood for the wood boiler. It's a load of some really dry pine and some really wet maple. But load the bottom half full of pine and the top full of the green wet maple, and works out good. By the time the pine burns down, it burns nice and hot, dries out the maple, and get a good 14-15 hours out of it. Works out pretty good. But yeah, this is my thrown together project of a Ford 8N. I got it 2 years ago, I think. Not running. Just needed some little odds and ends tied up. It's been a really good tractor. And I made another video on this turbo. It's just the cheapest, smallest one I could find on Amazon. I had a Kubota G4200, I think it was. Had like a 13, maybe more than that horse, 2-cylinder Kubota in it, and that turbo sang on that thing. It was a fun little tractor, but clutch started going out, and then the starter went out, and those two pieces pretty much cost more than the tractor's worth. So it sat, and then I've always been curious if this would work, and I threw this turbo kit together. I mean, it's hoopty, but like I said in the other video, I don't know if anybody watched it, but I had all intentions of just seeing if this worked and then tidying it up, making it look pretty. But it just works so good and sounds so good that I don't know, I use the tractor daily, so I don't know, it's working. It doesn't need to look pretty for me. I'm pretty much the only one that sees it, so maybe someday I'll pretty it up, maybe this winter. We'll see, but for now, it works great. And like I said, I had it plumbed for the oil line on the Kubota, and it blew the oil seals out almost immediately. So I capped the drain and fill, and this is just a piece of, I believe, 3/8 fuel line with a bolt threaded into it, and I fill it up once a day with some good old Rotella 1540, and it runs basically non-stop all day long. And I don't know how long the turbo will last, but it lasted 2 years on the Kubota and going on like 7 months on this tractor, and it gets some pretty heavy use and no issues. So it's a little rough on the eyes to look at, but it sure is fun. And even if it didn't do anything, it sure is cool to sound and listen to. And yeah, I need to get a 3-point trailer mover. Don't pay attention to all the straps. I just have them strapped on there so I don't lose them. I used to try to carry them on the tractor and they just fall off, so I just figured to strap them up to the blade and they're not going anywhere. But thanks, guys. Thought I'd just do a little update video on this thing and let everyone know how it's running. And I couldn't be more pleased with it. It sure is fun. And maybe one day I'll get around to fixing it up. Also, it starts really well in the cold. Not quite as quick as it did. I mean, it was turnkey without the turbo, but you got to crank her a little bit. But I'm guessing just the cold air and a little bit of restriction in the exhaust from the turbo. I don't know. I'm not going to try to act like I know what I'm talking about here, but it still starts great. Even in negative temperatures, it fires right up. So thanks, guys. Beautiful day. Have a good one.